Okay, I just wanted to do a really quick video showing you how I painted my Pickle Rick figure from Funko. As any of you probably know, if you're a big fan of Rick and Morty and Pickle Rick, you'll have seen this action figure out there. But it's painted, like the design is great, as you can see, but it's painted really bland. You know, it's very two-dimensional. I'll include a photo. I'll sort of intercut a photo to show you. As you can see, it's yeah, it's flat. It doesn't look three-dimensional in any way. It almost looks flatter than the cartoon, if that makes sense. Because with the cartoon drawing, there's like shading and stuff, like yeah, there's shading on the pickle, and you know, a bit of shading here and there. You know, a little bit of detail, shadow effect, and all that sort of stuff. But in the original action figure, there's like none of that. So it just looks flat. So I love the figure so much, and I love the design, and I love the fact that, you know, Pickle Rick comes out of the suit that he created, his rat suit. Anyway, bottom line, I thought, nope, I've got to like make this look better. And it was so easy to do. It was scary how easy it was to do. So just in case anyone wants to know, look, I sort of painted the brain a little bit. So really all I did was I took some red acrylic paint and I put some splotches. You don't have to make him as bloody as I did, but I put some splotches on there. That blood was already on it. See, it's a different color, but it doesn't matter. So I put some blood splotches, and then I painted the little lines on the brain just to give it a little bit of dimension. And then I painted, like wherever there was pink, I painted like a bit of blood streaks to make it look a bit more meaty and fresh, like you just ripped the skin off the rats. Yeah, stuff like that. And on the back, I think that was the same color. I don't think I just put the lines there to give it some shadow effect. It was already a darker color. Yeah, and so I did the blood, and then I put some blood on the spikes where he was, you know, skewering the rats. And then I took a black wash, easy as you can imagine, and I just gave the whole thing a black wash. And like everybody who's ever done a wash knows, it's incredible how easy it is and how it brings out all the depth and the detail and the cracks. So then I did a bit of dry brushing. Actually, I'll show you the pickle's face. That's where the black wash really came into its own, in the mouth and around the eyes. You know, I think it made all the difference. Yeah, so I'll put him back in. Pickle Rick going back into his suit. Awesome action figure. That laser, battery-powered laser comes off as well. Just pops off his shoulder, and those little hand things pop off as well. But yeah, and then I took the whole thing and I sprayed it with matte acrylic. Just gave it a good spray. And at first I was a little bit disappointed because it made it shinier than I thought matte would be, because the original figure was matte, but this is more shiny. It's more satin than matte, you know. But in hindsight, I really like it. It sort of gives it a durability, and it feels like it was designed this way and painted this way straight out of the box. And then to top it off, I did a little bit of dry brushing. You don't need to do that, I guess, but I did a tiny bit of dry brushing on the rat hair. You can see it's a little bit highlighted, you know, just around the foot, things like that. I just took a bit of white acrylic paint on a brush and brushed most of it out, and then just lightly ran it over, and it gives it a little bit of dimension. I sort of like that too. Then I gave it another coat of matte, matte sealant. The brand I used was I forget, Hodgepodge or Modge or something weird like that. Just got it from Walmart. And lastly, I took some gloss sealer, acrylic, all water-based, and I just glossed up the blood. So you can sort of see that the blade is a little bit glossier, those screwdriver things or nails or whatever they are. They're a little bit shinier than the rest. And it would have been even more shiny looking if the sealant I used was truly matte, like they promised, and not satin. But as I said, I kind of like it. So wherever there was meat, there you go. See the gloss? Wherever there was meat or blood, I extra glossed it. I glossed it rather than just matte sealant. Okay? And that's it. That's my Rick and Morty figure. Also, there's the this thing here, the rat head. Didn't do much to that. Just gave it a bit of a wash, black wash, just to make it look dirty and bring out a little bit of the detail. That's really all it needed. I didn't paint it at all. They were the actual colors, and just dirtied it up a bit. Gave it a coat of the same sealant as the other one. And that's it. If you want to see what it looks like, I'll show you. It's just a bit awkward. I'll just take this off. Hang on a sec. It's always so awkward doing this stuff. There you go. Take that off. And then put his head on. There. And a lot of people complain that this thing here, this laser cannon thing, doesn't fit on his shoulder when the helmet's on. But if you're a real Rick and Morty fan, you would know that in the cartoon, he never used both together. He used this to wipe out all the Russian henchmen. And then he discarded that. You didn't see him discard it, but next thing you see, I don't think you saw him discard it. Next thing, he's flying out of the toilet bowl.
Pickle Rick!
With his breathing apparatus on, made out of a severed rat's head, and the jetpack on the back. And he flies out of the toilet, and he lands successfully, and yeah. Or am I getting my... Yeah, sorry, I'm getting my wires crossed. He used the helmet when he flew out of the sewers and landed in the Russian building, Or, I'm sorry if they weren't Russians, but they were somewhere out that way. Yeah, so he used the helmet, landed on the floor of the toilet, the bathroom, then discarded the helmet, and I think he made this thing somewhere in the offices of the Russian building. That makes more sense. Bottom line, he never used both of those things together, so it doesn't matter that this doesn't fit on his shoulder at the same time. Okay, sorry for rambling. Bye.
It's shaming us. We have 34 armed guards and we can't kill a pickle. 32 armed guards. He killed 2.